Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls Indian diaspora main contributor in building mutual trust and respect between India and Australia. Government working with G20 nations to promote tourism in the country, says Union Tourism and Culture Minister G. Kishan Reddy. India hands over 20 broad-gauge diesel locomotives to Bangladesh under grant assistance. IMD forecasts wet spell over northwest India due to active western disturbance till Friday. And Indian shooters create history by winning 2 individual medals in women's skeet event of ISSF World Cup Shotgun Tournament in Kazakhstan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the India-Australia relationship is based on mutual trust and respect, and the real reason behind it is the Indian diaspora. Mr. Modi was addressing a community event at Kudos Bank Arena at Sydney this afternoon. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese also attended the event along with Mr. Modi.
भारत और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के ऐतिहासिक संबंधों का विस्तार इससे कहीं ज्यादा बड़ा है। इन सारे संबंधों का सबसे बड़ा आधार है म्यूचुअल ट्रस्ट और म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट। ये म्यूचुअल ट्रस्ट और म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट सिर्फ भारत ऑस्ट्रेलिया के डिप्लोमेटिक रिश्तों से विकसित नहीं हुआ है। इसकी असली वजह है, इसकी असली ताकत है आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया में रहने वाले हर एक भारतीय।
Prime Minister Modi said despite geographical distance and different lifestyles, yoga and cricket are something which have kept the people of the two countries connected for ages. He added that now tennis and movies are also connecting bridges. Mr. Modi asserted that India has the world's biggest talent factory and the International Monetary Fund considers the country as a bright spot in the global economy.
आज IMF भारत को ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी का ब्राइट स्पॉट मानता है। वर्ल्ड बैंक का विश्वास है कि ग्लोबल हेडविंड्स को अगर कोई चुनौती दे रहा है तो वो भारत है। आज दुनिया के कई देशों में बैंकिंग सिस्टम पर संकट है, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ भारत के बैंकों की मजबूती की आज चारों तरफ प्रशंसा हो रही है।
During the event, Prime Minister Modi announced that India will open a new consulate in Brisbane. In his address, Australian Prime Minister said when he had visited India in March this year, he felt a deep connection between the people of Australia and India.
When I was in India in March, where he hosted me with such generosity and warmth, it was a trip full of unforgettable moments. Celebrating Holi in Gujarat, I felt that deep sense of connection between the people of Australia and the people of India.
On the occasion, the two leaders also renamed the Sydney suburb as Little India. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Modi met prominent public figures of Australia and the CEOs of Australian companies. He reached Sydney yesterday on the last leg of his 3-nation tour. Home Minister Amit Shah today said security of the country's borders is the priority of the Narendra Modi government, and without securing villages, borders cannot be kept safe. Inaugurating a workshop on the Vibrant Villages program in New Delhi, Mr. Shah said developing vibrant villages will add an extra layer to the border security of the country. The Home Minister called upon the district collectors of border districts to take initiatives related to tourism, employment generation, agriculture, handicrafts and cooperatives, increasing basic amenities and achieving 100% saturation of central and state schemes. Union Tourism and Culture Minister G. Kishan Reddy has said the government is working with G20 nations to promote tourism in the country. The minister was speaking at the 3rd G20 Tourism Working Group meeting under India's presidency, which was formally inaugurated at Srinagar today. Mr. Reddy said the government is committed to working with all G20 countries and other stakeholders to promote sustainable growth of the tourism sector. He expressed optimism that the joint efforts made by the delegates and stakeholders of trade and tourism will result in inclusive and action-oriented progress. Union Minister of State in the Prime Minister's Office, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, and over 60 delegates from 29 countries were among those who attended the event. Talking to Akashvani News on the sidelines of the G20 meeting this afternoon, Secretary in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Apurva Chandra asked tourists to visit Jammu and Kashmir, saying the law and order situation has improved and there is no reason for fear.
Role is through the media to take it to the people and to let the people at large know that the law and order situation in Kashmir, which they perceive that is absolutely wrong. The number of tourist arrivals in J&K last year has been a record, and in Kashmir Valley itself, more than 26 lakh tourists have come last year, which is double of the previous year, and there is no reason to fear, and more people should come. This is the most beautiful part of our country.
To further strengthen bilateral relationship, India today handed over 20 broad-gauge diesel locomotives to Bangladesh. Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav virtually handed over the locomotives to his Bangladesh counterpart, Nurul Islam Sujan. The locomotives were virtually flagged off to Bangladesh. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Vaishnav said Prime Ministers of India and Bangladesh are playing proactive role to improve bilateral relationship across social, economic and political sectors. The Minister said Indian Railways are also playing a vital role in improving and strengthening rail connectivity across the border and improving trade between the two countries. Addressing virtually, Bangladesh Railway Minister expressed gratitude to the Indian government for the support. The handing over of these diesel locomotives under grant assistance from the Government of India fulfills an important commitment made during the visit of Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, to India in October 2019. These locomotives will help handle the increasing volume of passenger and freight train operations in Bangladesh. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. As the Narendra Modi government is completing 9 years in office this month, Akashvani News brings a series of special stories on the initiatives taken by the government. Today we take a look at various development initiatives undertaken by the government at the famous Kedarnath temple in Uttarakhand.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's dream project Kedarpur is being made safe, protected and beautiful for the last 6 years under the Kedarnath reconstruction work. On October 20, 2017, the Prime Minister had laid the foundation stone of 7 projects worth about ₹700 crore at Kedarnath. Rudraprayag District Magistrate Mayur Dikshit said Kedarnath reconstruction work is being constantly monitored by the Prime Minister's office.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में ये केदारनाथ धाम के पुनर्निर्माण का कार्य काफी जोरों शोरों से गतिमान है और इसमें फेज 1 के जो हमारे कार्य थे पूर्ण हो चुके हैं और फेज 2 और फेज 3 के कार्य अभी हमारे चल रहे हैं और काफी सारे जो ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जो कि श्रद्धालुओं के हित को देखकर बनाए जा रहे हैं, जैसे वहाँ का हॉस्पिटल है, वहाँ पे हमारे टॉयलेट कॉम्प्लेक्सेस हैं, वहाँ के वाटर एटीएम्स हैं, नए ब्रिजेस हैं, घाट्स हैं, इन सभी का निर्माण हम पूरे प्रयास करें कि इसी सीजन में कंप्लीट हो जाए, जिससे कि आने वाली जो 2024 की यात्रा है उसमें श्रद्धालुओं को पूरा उसका फायदा उठा सके.
For the second phase, reconstruction material is continuously being transported by Mi-26 and Chinook helicopters of the Indian Army. On the other hand, the construction work of Sonprayag Kedarnath ropeway is also underway to facilitate the Kedarnath Yatra. Sanjeev Sundaryal, Akashvani News, Dehradun.
The Union Public Service Commission today announced the result of the Civil Services Examination 2022. Ishita Kishore has topped the examination while Garima Lohia secured the second rank. Uma Harthi N secured the third position and Smriti Mishra got the fourth rank. Talking exclusively to Akashvani News, Ishita Kishore, who hails from Greater Noida in Uttar Pradesh, said her mother was her backbone in getting this achievement.
I have a lot of gratitude. I really want to thank my mother. She was my backbone in this journey. I think coming from an Air Force family, I wanted to serve my country. I really want to work towards the betterment of women so that they come out. And whether it is sports where we see that women are getting a lot of medals or it is civil services, the first 4 ranks have been backed by women. So I hope this inspires all the women of India to come out. We can increase our labour force participation rate and we can bring in the dawn of a new India.
Garima Lohia said she started her preparation at home during the COVID-19 pandemic and took the help of online materials for her preparation. Abhigyan Malviya, who has secured 59th rank, gave credit of his success to his mother.
I would like to give my credit to my mother because she has been an important pillar throughout my preparation. And I would express my gratitude to all the mothers of the world who are there for us all the time. So I do not think that any specific field the fields are different from each other, but if I have to focus on, I would say science and tech is an area that I would love to work on.
As many as 933 candidates have qualified the examination. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated the youngsters who cleared the civil services exams. In a tweet, Mr. Modi conveyed best wishes to them for a fruitful and satisfying career ahead. Pakistan's anti-terrorism court today granted interim bail to former Prime Minister Imran Khan in 8 cases registered against him until the 8th of June. Multiple cases were registered against him after clashes erupted between police and his supporters before Khan's appearance at the judicial complex in March. Earlier, Khan's wife Bushra Bibi was also granted interim bail in the Al-Qadir Trust corruption case until the 31st of May. The National Accountability Bureau is conducting investigations into Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI chairman, his wife Bushra Bibi and other PTI officials for their roles in a deal the PTI government made with a property tycoon that reportedly caused a loss of £190 million to the national exchequer. Indian shooters Ganimat Sekho and Darshana Rathore created history at the ISSF World Cup Shotgun Almaty 2023 in Kazakhstan today. Ganimat won the silver medal while Darshana claimed the bronze in the women's individual skeet event at the tournament. It is for the first time that India has won 2 individual medals in women's skeet at the Senior ISSF World Cup. Ganimat Sekho was on track to win a gold medal but settled for silver after missing 5 of her last 10 shots. Tokyo Olympian Artem Orenbai from Kazakhstan went on to bag the gold medal. Darshana Rathore, meanwhile, won her maiden ISSF World Cup medal, a bronze. The final stage will be held at Lonato in Italy before the ISSF World Championships take place in November at Doha. The third Khelo India University Games started with the league matches of Kabaddi event at Gautam Budh Nagar district of Uttar Pradesh this evening. The games are being organized at 4 places: Gautam Budh Nagar, Lucknow, Gorakhpur and Varanasi. Around 1,200 players of different universities are taking part in various events related to games like basketball, weightlifting, boxing and Kabaddi. The official inauguration ceremony will be held on Thursday in Lucknow, in which the Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take part virtually. The Khelo India University Games will continue till the 3rd of June and the closing ceremony will be held in Varanasi. In IPL cricket, the first qualifier between defending champions Gujarat Titans and Chennai Super Kings is underway in Chennai. Put into bat, Chennai Super Kings were 157 for 6 in 19 overs when reports last came in. Earlier, Gujarat Titans won the toss and opted to field. Tomorrow, Mumbai Indians will lock horns with Lucknow Super Giants in the eliminator. The team that loses the first qualifier gets another chance to qualify for the final by facing the winners of the eliminator in the second qualifier. The winner of this match will face the winner of the first qualifier in the final on Sunday. The Indian Meteorological Department IMD has forecast a wet spell over northwest India due to an active western disturbance from this evening till Friday. Light to moderate rainfall at most places with thunderstorm lightning and occasional gusty winds are very likely. Over western Himalayan region over the next 2 days, rainfall at many places with thunderstorm lightning and occasional gusty winds is very likely over plains of northwest India till Friday. Conditions are favourable for further advance of southwest monsoon into some more parts of South Bay of Bengal, Andaman Sea and Andaman and Nicobar Islands during the next 2 days. Heatwave conditions in isolated pockets prevailed over Delhi, southwest Uttar Pradesh, north Madhya Pradesh and east Jharkhand today. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls Indian diaspora main contributor in building mutual trust and respect between India and Australia. Government working with G20 nations to promote tourism in the country, says Union Tourism and Culture Minister G. Kishan Reddy. India hands over 20 broad-gauge diesel locomotives to Bangladesh under grant assistance. IMD forecasts wet spell over northwest India due to active western disturbance till Friday. And Indian shooters create history by winning 2 individual medals in women's skeet event of ISSF World Cup Shotgun Tournament in Kazakhstan. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.